Welcome to the beautiful beast. Right, lifers. So we're queued up here because we're going to get on that ferry over there. Obviously, I thought we were getting on that boat over there, but that's a cruise ship. That's for people with a lot more money than me. Anyway, we're on that. Allegedly, it's got a swimming pool, which I find a little bit hard to believe. But we have bought swimming trunks because you never know. So yeah, no, looking forward to it. 24 hours on it, and then we kind of get in a ferry port near Rome. So that's today's excitement. Although we have already driven probably 10 hours in the last 2 days to get here, and we must have done 400, 500 miles. I don't really know. Need to have a look, really. Yeah, but a sizable amount of mileage has been undertaken. So yeah, let's see what happens next. So the little truck in front of us, a little camper, it's on Italian plates, but we met the guy, an American guy, and I did know his name, but obviously I've forgotten it. We met him in Nazaré. He parked next to us, and we had a bit of a chat and a little catch up because obviously he's got an Iveco daily like us, and he lives and works in Italy, so he's got himself residency there, which you need to own an Italian vehicle. But he bought that for a couple of €1,000, and he spent a bit of time down in Portugal, and it was good to catch up. Total coincidence that he's ended up on the same ferry with us, going to Barcelona. Well, going from Barcelona to Rome. And normally he would have his girlfriend with us, but she'd gone back to the States for some reason. So it was good to catch up with him. But I can't remember his name for the life of me. So that's us on getting on the ferry. There was a lot of HGVs that went on before we got anywhere near it, and a lot came off. So it's obviously a very commercial orientated ferry, or commerce, if that's the right word. And we're just added on for a few extras because in the grand scheme of things, there wasn't really that many Joe Public and vans. I would say there was probably, I think there was 120 on board, and I think that included lorry drivers. So but a lot of the trucks were just brought on by those little run around. They seem to they're like little trucks, and they drive them backwards. And they scoot around. Anyway, we needed a bit of a run up. I don't like stopping on a hill, so we had to have a bit of a run up going the ramp there, and then eventually we get ourselves parked up, and that's good. You can't go back to the truck for 24 hours, so you basically have to carry everything with you. So there was no. Obviously, we packed quite a bit of food, which was good, and we were very well prepared, really. German efficiency, obviously. Married to Gizzy, she sorts all that stuff out. So yeah, we got on with that. And then once we parked up, I don't even think they chained them up, you know. But in the end, the crossing was quite gentle. You know, there certainly wasn't any waves or banging about, or yeah, we didn't have to hang on for dear life or anything. So it was a good crossing. Anyway, that'll do for me.
Put more space my side. Ali, you got a camera? Oh, please, could help me.
I'm watching him.
Oh, I think you're very close.
He's telling me to go back.
Fucking hell, seriously? Oh.
Grazie.
Gracias.
He's Italian.
Nice.
Can't see it.
It's not a clear view, unfortunately.
There's a clear view of your beauty there.
Thank you. Which lighthouse?
Yeah?
Up there.
Yeah, see all that lights?
Yeah, yeah.
Come out now. Move.
Ah, yeah. Ah.
Doesn't really pick it up. It's quite good though, look.
Yeah.
Bear in mind it's quite dark.
Yeah, no. It's your brother over there. Can you see him?
Are you sure we're on the right boat? Aren't we meant to be on that boat?
No, this goes.
I bet you can look through their windows.
You can. Not the bedroom windows. Oh, you mean just clean?
Yeah, and they got balconies. I thought, do you know, in my naivety, I thought we were getting a balcony.
Well, for what we pay, we should get one.
Oh, they got disco up there. Look at all the different restaurants. That is quite impressive, isn't it? Would you go on that? She's a hard woman to please, I know. I've been married to her for years. I like the blue lights. Boo. No swimming pool. Boo. Boo. No water. Not even a paddling pool. Not even a paddling pool. We got pirates. No, he's a pilot. If they get the guns out, I'm going to be worried. What van life is? This is our little home. There's Mrs. Howe. So, no shared beds in this cabin, is there, Mrs. Howe?
No, sorry.
She was very disappointed, I can tell you. The shower and the bathroom
And the
isn't
toilet seat is open.
particularly big.
The toilet seat open. Close the toilet seat, please.
Obviously, complaining is just a joy that just never stops. Da, 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 da. Got a little.
But we've got an outside window.
So there's not a lot to it. We have been walking around the ship, but there's not a lot really.
We've been.
Just a.
We've got a window.
We've got a window, which we paid extra for,
Yeah.
and a sea view, but you can't really see through the window
Because it's so dirty.
because it's so dirty. Mrs. Howe's not happy.
No.
But there you go. That's Well, how many hours? You got another
8.
8 hours left. Anyway, no drama.
Grazie, buon appetito. Sua attenzione, por favor, y vamos a
Oh my god. Not now.
Close, wasn't it? What do you think?
Yes, fine.
You glad
Great.
you came up?
Yeah, because
I mean, we were having a nice cuddle downstairs as
I
well.
know. But at least you see how close this island is.
There's not much between. If you were brave, you could swim that.
Not sure about this.
No, really either. Morning, van lifers from Italy. We arrived last night about 6, drove to a little car park and just parked up for the night. And it's a balmy 28 degrees today, which is a bit warm. But we're near the coast, we're going for a little swim, and all is well. We're about half an hour away from Rome, so I think the next couple of days we'll go and do a visitation. But it's Friday. Right, so it's time for a little moan about Grimaldi ferries. I'll give you one positive about the journey from Barcelona to Rome, and it's 23 hours.
20.5 hours. Well, depending on which one you take.
Depending on which one you take. So we booked a room, sea facing. We paid the extra 20 quid. And the window was grimy as hell, and you couldn't look out of it. It was nice to see a bit of the sea floating past as you're going along. Incredible vibrations in our room and I'd not experienced that before. You know, you expect the sea movement, you know, that's part and parcel of being on a boat, isn't it? But it just vibrated like mad. Once we got going, that seemed to calm down, so I don't know if that was just, I don't know, revving the engines up to get us going. So that was one thing. To be fair, we both slept really well, but I think that a lot of that was to do with driving 450 miles in 2 days prior to getting there. So because we had 2 very hard days driving, only because we just fancied getting to Italy, and we wanted to get on the ferry before the weekend, so missed too many people anyway. So anyway, but what really got us is 3 hours before we actually got to port, they kicked us out of our rooms. And they said, oh, we have to service the rooms, we won't have enough time when we get to port. But I find that hard to believe, really, because so 3 hours, plus when you actually get to port, the changeover period is usually 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So that's 6 hours to get some rooms. And the boat wasn't exactly packed. I suppose there was, if there was 140 people on board, customers, as a round guess. So, and not all of those had rooms, but let's just say 70 rooms to change. And so there's 2 beds mostly in most rooms. So I suppose 140 beds to change. The maths is amazing. It's just crazy. What are you shaking really?
You're waffling.
I know I'm waffling a little bit. Anyway, so that was a bit of a... And then you come out, and then they shut all the bars about 2 hours before you arrive, and then tape it all off so you're not allowed to walk past the bars.
and then they lock all the toilets. My wife ran around the whole bloody ship looking for a toilet to have a pee, and that was about an hour before we even got to port. So the thing that I took from this whole thing was that the ship is there for the staff's
Convenient.
sorry
Convenient.
sorry that's what I said, yeah, staff's convenience. It's not there for the customer's convenience. They shut off stairs, they don't want you going over there, and it was shit really. But
a little bit locked in.
At 200 euros, should you moan really? I mean, what we saved in
300 euros.
250 euros we paid, is it?
Pounds.
Oh, sorry, 200 pounds. Should you really moan, is my thing.
250 pounds.
Because it was cheap. If we'd have actually have to drive all the way around the coast to where we are now, I mean, that would have been 400 or 500 quid in fuel, so, and more mileage on the truck and wear and tear to the driver who does a lot of driving, unlike the Queen who just sits there waving at people. So yeah, that's my little moan about Grimaldi, but in the grand scheme of things, it got us where we needed to do, and I've never sailed in the Med, and I don't suppose we'll sail ever again in the Med either, but what do you think?
No.
She doesn't know. Anyway, no drama. Later.
So whilst visiting major cities, me and Mrs. Hale are very much of the belief that we do like a hop-on, hop-off bus. You see a lot, and you get to obviously jump on and off. So we did it in Barcelona and really enjoyed it and got to see a lot. And the nice thing is, it's nice just to be driven around and look down on people. But it was very, very nice, and yeah, and it worked for us again this time, and obviously it's very pleasant and you see stuff. So some interesting facts about the Colosseum. It was started built in 72 AD, which is obviously quite a long time ago, and they built it in 8 years. They must have had some lads and slaves working on that. Anyway, it's still quite young compared to the pyramids and other things. It's only 2,000 years old. And bearing in mind it's had all sorts of earthquakes and shenanigans going on, it's lasted quite well. The one guy who's most famous in Rome, Caesar, never actually went in the Colosseum, allegedly. Even emperors themselves wanted to get involved in a bit of the action, and were quite happy to pick up a sword and a shield and go at it themselves a bit. So generally, it's an amazing building. Only one downside: it is full of tourists, which is fair enough. It's definitely worth seeing. A lot of Americans there. They do travel. They don't know much about where they're going, but no, then neither do I.
death was pretty cool. And burial was even more so. So there's a story. You know,
Non sapevo che ti piaceva a te. Ah, qui, questo. E lì.
Now, we should have got off at this bus stop, but my wife, for some reasons unknown to me, decided she wanted to flirt with an Australian man that she was sitting next to. So we missed this bus stop, which put us in a bit of a palaver.
The Spanish Steps. This is how. I found it. Right, we've got to walk down there. Quite a way. Turn left, go over the bridge. I should be recording this for my daughter. We've got Gucci. Arada. That one.
Quindi è tutto vero, nessuna attenzione, tutto vero.
Sorry, I took the picture. This is it. I didn't know that. Mama.
No, I don't think so.
Nothing, I liked it, but it was too small.
Probably £10 a prawn down here. I suppose if you had multi-millions of pounds.
So going back to my dearly beloved flirting with an Australian on the bus, what happened off the back of that is we missed the bus stop and then had to walk 1.5 kilometres in the blistering heat from one side of Rome to the other to get ourselves back to the Vatican. And God, we were shattered when we got there. But the other side of it is we got to walk down that very famous street with all the posh shops, and there's just history everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are in Rome, you turn around and there's just historic, either amazing pieces of architecture or just some ruins.
बाबू यहाँ का पेड़ देखो, पेड़ देखो, मेरा छाता नहीं था अपना।
Afternoon, van lifers. So we've decided to get into the Italian lifestyle, which basically consists of football, laying on a beach, and not doing a lot else. Oh, swimming. So we're on a nice little beach, and it's near Latvia. Latvia is a country. We're obviously not near that, but it's very nice, and we're gonna try it out and see what happens. Ali will investigate. No drama.